everybody, and welcome to another episode of Curse and Mother Mystery. What happened last time, gang?
Oof.
Oof.
Oof. There was a big oof.
There was a bunch of stuff that happened last time. Yeah, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still trying to...
Yeah, but I need to think, like, wait, what happened? What happened last time?
I need to think, like, what was the session before that and what was last session. I think we basically
you just came back from the camp.
We went around telling everybody that shit's about to go down and warning them about the incoming zombie horde that we suspected, as we found out that Strahd is going to get vengeance on behalf of the Vistani.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we went to everybody, and after we were done and we're just about like on our way. Oh, we investigated the escape of Lady
Lydia Petrovna.
Yeah, Petrovna, and we talked to the guards. Their minds were messed with. We got some updates from the Ravens, from the Martikovs.
Yes, that Victor is traveling east. He's got himself a saddle, and the two guards are now following his orders, so we're sent out to hunt him down.
Where would he get a saddle? I mean, there's shops on the way.
No, but they are like smaller, like communities of Barovians in the forests.
And we then went around, talked to everybody. We were on our way to Lady Octor when a swarm of bats appeared, formed Strahd's face, and was like, if you don't want anything worse to happen, you hurt my Vistani, yada yada yada. Kill one person in like every household or something like that. Have fun,
Yada
bye.
yada Strahd. Like...
Yeah, it's like I'm evil.
Yeah.
Strahd pulled a Vlad Dracula moment, but with bats.
Oh yeah.
A Castlevania moment.
Yeah. He also hated a bit on Adrian Arasek? Or specifically
Oh
Asphodel.
yeah. That creepy son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she ain't vibing.
You learn
liar.
Not everything seems to be as it should in his head, basically.
Yeah, nah. He's got hit. Somebody took a blender, like a hand blender, and just all up in his brain. It's scrambled. Yeah, he just ain't
He's
right.
doing it for the lulz.
Oh,
Yeah, for lols. He just ain't right.
You also warned Gilly about the danger, and Gilly and Lottie. Gilly said that he would take Lottie to a fishing village on the other side of the Sarovich Lake.
Not fast enough, though. Not fast enough.
Timetable just moved up. Yeah, and we ended with those bats appearing, Strahd saying that blood will be answered in blood. Everyone is to sacrifice a family member, display it on their door, or else more blood will flow.
Does that include pets?
Well, do you want to risk it? That's up to you.
I don't know. Would you consider a family pet a family member?
Yeah.
From Strahd's point of view?
Well,
Probably not.
it depends what he wants to do. Is it like a display of like fealty? Or is it like a payment? So, I don't know. Some people consider puppers to be more worthwhile than people. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure myself.
You know.
Not gonna lie.
Would you sacrifice a pupper over your firstborn? I don't know.
You know what, right? I was about to say, like, is Strahd a cat or dog person? And then I was like, what do you mean? He's a bat person.
I'm a wolf person also.
I'm Batman.
I don't like dogs. I like wolves because I'm an alpha.
Ugh.
Like,
I mean,
Okay.
my 5'4" druid in another game I'm in established herself as the alpha of a pack of wolves.
cool.
We all got a doggo now.
Okay. Well, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready to dive back into it?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
sure?
Ready to die.
Let's go just for a simple overview. And we're going to go for this ambient track. Heck yeah.
That about screaming never hurt anyone.
Yes. Alright. You are standing in a sea of absolute mayhem. People are shouting, crying, clambering around all over. A woman to your side simply takes up her child in her arms and books it home. A bakery to the other side immediately ends their business for the day, packing in their 2 roadside tables. A couple owning a house over the street immediately brings out planks for which they hammer over their windows. They shout for loved ones, to the Morning Lord, to Mercy, but also to Lady Wachter. And a small stream of scared and angry Valachians starts to head north towards the Wachter house. And in the midst of all of this chaos, what do you guys want to do?
Seems really prepared for this. What do we do? I mean, it's not like we can save everyone if Strahd really wants to go on the murder spree.
We have to do something.
I feel so much regret not asking Aragal where those bones were that he took.
He knows exactly that this isn't the ordinary Blackens, but this is one of his stupid games.
Can you reason with him, do you think, Illyria?
No, I can't.
And
Then
I mean,
go on.
the bastard doesn't even show up himself. Instead, he sends a fucking bat swarm to form his face.
that still could be him, as far as I'm concerned. Whether or not it will be one or several, who can say? But it's not like anything's preventing him from being here. He could be in Vallaki. But I don't see what we
better
do.
not come into my. Then he better not cross my way. I swear.
And what? What can you possibly do? What can you possibly do to help?
What can we do?
I know a loss when I see it. So what I'm going to do is march into the Beasted Rose, get Lottie and Gilly out, march to the church, get that orphan boy out, and be done with this place. There is nothing we can do, but I at least can take people with me.
Sure, you do that.
I will. Good luck trying to help people when you can't even help yourself, Illyria. And as for the...
What is that supposed to mean?
You know exactly what that's supposed to mean. You...
What is your problem with me?
everything.
Everything! You've had a problem with me, with every decision I make!
'Cause they are all so spineless. So if you want to talk a game, then do it. And Aspera immediately walks to the tailors.
Whilst I think that this is something that it needs to happen, is now the time. I mean, it seems like this is, well, a little bit out of our league. I mean...
Exactly. It is out of our league, which is why I'm cutting our losses, or my losses, now with this town, and do what I think is best for my survival. It's up to you if you want to follow.
I won't follow you anywhere.
Then leave! Because I don't want to follow somebody who can't even pick themselves up.
What do you mean I've nothing but done to try to help people make this place better and murder that bastard?
I don't see this place getting any better now. And she's continuing to walk away.
Alright.
Illyria walks towards, Illyria just walks the other direction, period.
Nixon,
Calvin
just like... Yeah, I look at Calvin, we look at the parting women, and we're like...
What did I tell you about fighting women folk?
I mean, it was glorious, but
Dicks. Stop
I don't
thinking
know
with
what...
your dick.
No, I mean, come on. You can't say that wasn't some, making your blood rush.
You're a
I'm...
special kind of man. Next. Either way, what are we going to do? I'm going to continue eating mushrooms.
This is not the time to eat mushrooms. Come on, there's more mushrooms to be had later on. What we're dealing with now is potential genocide. Is mushrooms and genocide on the same menu? I don't think so.
Well, if you go with Asphodel, then perhaps I could continue eating mushrooms.
But
we also need to protect a friend Illyria. You see the dilemma?
I'm also concerned about what is actually happening. I mean, everyone's panicking, but no one is saying why. We've seen some bats in the sky that seem to talk to everyone. Everyone's, oh no, bats. And now we are going to do what? We're going to freak out and go to Lady Raptor's house and say, hey, excuse me, Mrs. Boss Lady. Thank you for, overhauling Valaki in the one day that you've been in power. And now your whole world is falling apart. What do you do?
My grandma just came to check on me. Es ist nicht echt, keine Angst.
Everything is fine, everything is fine. It must have felt good though, Chili, getting that out. Calvin says, well, there's another woman folk I don't want to see angry. She scares me too.
Lady Raptor?
Yeah!
I mean...
Better pump and stop.
Part of me is curious about what is actually happening to the east. We have no eyes on this. We don't know exactly if how he's going to enforce this. Is he just going to walk through and check every single house? Hey, you've got a little body hanging outside your door. Good job. I won't touch you, but I mean, that seems highly impractical.
And do you want to stick around to find out?
Well, no. I mean, I wouldn't want to sacrifice you on some sort of doctor bin.
Hey, what?
I mean, I don't have anyone here that I can truly say that I have bonded with. Do you?
No. Wait, does that mean we need to sacrifice ourselves?
Maybe you have to sacrifice some mushrooms?
Never.
Then maybe something else more close to your heart.
You?
No, your ladle, silly.
Oh, wait, right, my ladle.
No one, I ship it.
What I want to do, Calvin, is I want to assess the risk. Because right now, everyone is panicking. And
Right.
panicking does nothing for... people might make things a little bit worse just by rampaging through the town, looting and whatnot. It seems that Asphodel has some very particular errands to run to fetch people that she has found a bond with here. You, my friend, you are the only one I have a bond here with. Other than Asphodel and Illyria, but you know,
Mm.
outside.
Yeah. Mm. Before Calvin can answer you, through the chaos and this moving sea of people like rushing in all directions back and forth, you're not entirely sure what they're doing. They probably don't know themselves what they're doing. Just standing completely still and calm, staring at you, capturing your eyes, is a nondescript half-elven man with brown hair, brown eyes. Rictavio.
I lock eyes with him and then I say to Kelvin, Kelvin,
Yes.
I spot a friend whom we tried to rob once. He seems to be all the more calm in such a situation. And he does an eyebrow wiggle over to his direction.
And there's a furrowed brow, like a deep frown that comes back. And he nods to you and then heads into a alleyway to the side.
Listen, Kelvin,
Yes. Are we going to be shanked in an alleyway right now?
I don't know. Do you want to go down an alleyway with a strange bard? It wouldn't be the first time, right?
Alright, this is how we're going to play it. You be the nice cop, I be the bad cop.
Okay, I miss the nice snakes. I'm not sure it has a nice ring to it, but you know,
I'm gonna do
nice
the
snakes.
growl, you know, my
Oh,
and it's
sure,
gonna
sure,
get
sure,
like
sure, yeah.
very, yeah.
Yeah, hey, let me hear it from the bottom of your lungs this time. No, come on. Deeper, growl like an animal.
I'm sorry.
Your microphone couldn't take your growl, by the way.
Oh no, I couldn't take my own growl.
Okay, bad cop Kelvin, good cop Nix, whatever a cop is. Let's try and see if this has something to say here.
Alright.
And I try weave through the panicked people to get to follow Rictavio.
Okay. Before we get to that, Asphodel, you're walking through the streets. You have to be a little bit rough with people.
Oh yeah. She's not holding back. She's on a mission.
She's on a mission. Yeah. So you're going to the stables first, or you're going to pick up Gilly and Lottie first?
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, stables are along the way, right?
Yeah, I would recommend perhaps taking the West Gate.
Yeah,
general.
obviously, yeah. She is gonna go there. You know, the stables. Get a proper horse.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, snatch one.
Well, currently you were kind of here, like at the crossroads, standing when you were like okay, and you just have the beast Rose down here.
Yeah, actually, nah. Beast Rose. It's right there.
All right. You step into the beast Rose, but ding-a-ling-a-ling again. But this time around, there's no calm Lottie. There's no working Gilly. Lottie is running around, putting stuff into trunks, and Gilly is like trying to tell her that we can't bring all of the stuff. And they both look up to you as you come through the door, and kind of Lottie, runs over with a very worried expression on her face. Oh, Asphodel, it's so glad to see you, but oh my god, what is morning over? It's going to happen. This is... Oh, wow, oh, the tragedy.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to wait to find out, which is why I'm here, to get you two out.
But perhaps there's something we can do. I mean, Gilly could perhaps sew flesh as he does clothing, and I could, you know...
She puts a large, gentle hand on her shoulder and shakes her head.
Mm-hmm.
If only you knew what waits outside the eastern gate, you wouldn't be saying such things.
Do I really have to go?
Immediately.
Okay. Could we at least board up this place? Because perhaps we can come back. I mean, there's so much memories here.
And let's keep those memories good. As it is. There's no time to board it up. Whatever creatures are gonna ransack this place regardless. With or without you.
Gilly comes up behind her, puts like a heavy hand on his shoulder. She sneaks up one of her smaller feminine hands and put it over his. Twists her torso a little bit, looks up into his eyes. Tears forming in her. He only like looks steadily at her with the smallest hint of a smile. And then she turns to you. Okay, fine. Take what I can carry. Alright. But they still need some time to pack.
Asphoda's helping.
Alright.
She's helping. She'll haul stuff for them.
Alright, you're doing that. Okay. Illyria, where are we headed? We're stomping. We're stomping somewhere. Are you still talking with your grandma, Julie?
Oh no, I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
But
Alright, where
yeah,
we
my
going?
grandma basically just looked and he was like, "Everything alright? Are you having a mental breakdown?"
Oh no! But I mean, it's good. It's good, because...
It's like, no, I'm fine. It's not real. I'm role playing, Grandma. But she I think Asphoda would go towards, like, I think it's like the same direction the bistro that Lady Walker's house was, right?
Yeah, it's north towards Lady Wachter. It's over here. And you got the beast roast over here.
Yeah, Illyria in that moment would just try to get away, but with the end goal to eventually kind of like head over to Lady Walker's house, so...
Let's say you walk in the west direction, just to get out
yeah,
of the way,
like,
because...
she probably just walked west and she just
Alright.
needs a moment.
And then Asphoda kinda, because Asphoda went to the east, and then you're like, shit, I can't actually get to Lady Wachter from here, so I need to go back to the central road. And as you weaving through these panicked people, you see Nyx and Kelvin walk into an alleyway when you get back.
She will kind of like try to see if she can catch what's going on when she walks past.
Okay, now I'm gonna start the scene and then you're gonna arrive pretty soon. Alright. You head into this pretty thin, it's not really an alleyway, it's more of like in between two houses that stand pretty close to each other. But here the sound is a little bit more dampened from all the people in the background shouting, and you see Victavio Nyx walk properly into it, and when he is further than halfway in, he simply turns on his heels and looks towards you guys a little bit impatiently.
What's with the eyes? We are here, aren't we?
We don't have much time.
And for what? For a song?
Don't play coy.
Okay.
I need to talk with your companion, the woman.
Asfada?
The other one.
Well, she is a little bit upset right now. Maybe if she is done with her temper tantrum? I don't know.
At this point, Julie, you walk past the alleyway, see Nick's talking to Rictavio further down the alleyway, whilst there's a Calvin behind Nick's legs going, ah!
I'm done, boy.
Illyria kind of like sighs and just walks straight into the alleyway.
Oh, Are you done, Illyria?
Done with what?
With what you were going to do?
Honestly, I just needed to get away from Asphodel for a moment. Then I can sort this out.
Look who we found here. Your person who knows your musical tastes and who clearly has discovered that we know who he is. What
Illyria
with leaving a message in his
Right.
belongings and all.
at him and it's kind of like Rickton, I assume.
Well, you have already figured that out. Do you really need my confirmation about it?
No. Probably not.
Listen,
Well,
I need to know what your situation is with the big man in the clouds. This is not a normal consort situation. I've heard enough to know that. What is going
Then
on?
let me know first what your position is.
My position.
He has your son, right?
There's a tiniest bit of flinch in his face, like subduing like the urge that you get from being hit in the stomach. Try not to show that you're hurting. Yes. Erasmus was kidnapped by Vistani and brought to the castle.
I was told, that his man inside Valaki was named Rickton.
From whom? Nobody
Him.
but you. What? He told you. What? Anything
Just a
else?
name. And
In what context?
something along the lines if I should, I don't know, require anything or that just that his let me check my notes.
Fair. Illyria racks her mind.
Yeah. Why can't I find my OneDrive when I need it? I'm pretty sure I moved my folder too because I'm dumb.
I can say, Strahd said that if you ever need to contact me,
Yeah.
or if you need any help, I have a man named Rickton in
Yeah. So okay, so I wasn't wrong. He said if I needed help, I wanted to contact him. I should come and look for a man named Rickton in Valaki.
He's definitely not a dumb one. I am not in cahoots with that madman. With that monster. I've dedicated my whole life to fighting monsters.
I know.
So, in return, what's your deal?
Have you heard the name Tatiana before?
So that's the connection. You do look similar. Does he think? Or is it just because you look similar?
He is sure of it.
Then good. How much are you willing to sacrifice to make all of this stop?
A lot.
Oh, hold on here. What exactly are you talking about? Or Illyria doesn't have that much to lose here. I have everything.
You aren't that madman's long-lost love or whatever.
There are 3 ways this is going to go down. Either this bloodbath is going to happen, and you stand and fight, or you leave. Your choice. Second one, you contact him. Ask him what he's willing to do, and ask of you to make all of this stop. He is not beneath negotiating. Or third, if you're not willing to sacrifice that, and or that doesn't work, then give him me. I don't wish for to see these innocent people here to get hurt
Neither do I.
by monsters that I have sworn to kill, so I guess it will do the most good. But if you do give up me, you need to swear a blood oath to me that you will do everything in your power to either save my son or kill him if he's far too gone. If he has become like one of them, you kill him. You hear?
I understand. I thought about the second option. And I'm ready to try to talk to him. If it comes to that, I promise I'll do everything in my power to save your son.
Well, if you're able to negotiate with him, then I will come with you to the castle when you're ready, and I will fight my way to my son. Mark my words. But the lives of these Barovians is greater than my own personal tragedy.
Illyria, are you sure that you can do this? It seems...
If not me, who can? Illyria looks towards Nyx. It's sort of like the same like fire, but also like sadness, like in her eyes, and
What are you
it's
trying
like-
to do here?
negotiate.
Who? What?
the lives of the Valakians, and I will try.
I don't know if you'll be in time to save the lives of the Valakian people. You'll be giving up everything and lose everything at the same time.
Look, I don't know where this is going or what he is going to expect from me. But I have to try, and I trust if he wants me to come along with him or something, I trust you. As for and it's in here, that you will do everything in your power to make it worth it.
I don't know. I swore an oath to you to get you out. I promise. I can't get you out if you are a bride of Strahd.
Nyx, I don't want to get out anymore. I want to see this place be free.
Nyx's eyebrows raise in surprise. What? Oh. This place... It means nothing to you. Why would you do that?
Because I've seen how the people suffered. I've only been here for such a short time, but this place is wrong. And I can't deny my involvement in
No,
this.
no, Illyria. No. This is
I'm
not your
obviously
fault.
important to this in some way, and if I can use it to help people, then I will.
Yourself. Think what you are giving up. You have a chance to end the savage tyranny of Strahd once and for all. You could do this. You don't have to give in, Illyria. There's a bigger plan here, I'm certain. Just stay with us.
I need to try and talk to him.
Illyria, also consider which piece of the chessboard is better to sacrifice. If you believe that you have a shot of ending all of this more so than me, then sacrifice me.
One sec. And you heard Asphoda. I'm spineless.
Spineless doesn't mean being stupid, Illyria.
Well, I'm not well known for being smart.
Then let me be smart for you. Van Richten here. He's also on the hit list of Strahd, and he has endured this place much longer than you have. If he had any idea, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Van Richten, if you had any possibility of overthrowing Strahd, you would have at least tried by now. But you and Esmeralda clearly are just playing with toys. I don't know what you think you're playing at. But here, Illyria, she's special.
Esmeralda? She's here. Oh,
She's looking for you.
that stupid guy. Great. For once, she needs to learn how to follow orders.
What did you tell her to do?
To live her lives outside of the mists. And not to worry about an old, cranky man like I am.
Not to insult you, but she's a Vistani. What makes you think she's going to listen to you?
I guess that corruption goes deep in within you, does it not?
I don't know about that. With her, it's a little different.
Listen, I spent my whole life fighting monsters of different kinds. I'm good at what I do. Now, I have no idea what the dynamics of this relationship is, and if Illyria can find an opportunity to proverbially stab him in the back. Either way, shoes.
Illyria, I'm not going to try and force you to change your mind. I'm just merely going to try and speak what I think is right.
I made my choice, and for once, I think I want to stand up for it. Asphoda can call me stupid all she wants.
This is no time to play the martyr. Madam Eva saw much more in you. I see much more in you. Kelvin sees much more in you. You are not a pawn for Strahd.
What Madame Eva saw was also more about my past life than it was about me.
What are you going to do? Become a past life? A shadow?
Trying to use it to help fix this. And if there's any way I can negotiate with him, I will try to do so.
I can't. No, I can't do this. No, Illyria, this is stupid. This is foolhardy. Just to get back at Asphoda. No. I can't let this pass.
Just... I need to try.
You will try in other ways. I need to protect you. I can't protect you like this. This is not what your destiny is.
How would you know what my destiny is?
Madame Eva gave her last dying breath to tell you what that was, and you're going to throw it into the dirt.
I can still try to give him Rick. Either way, I need to try to talk to him.
So be it.
I don't want to, and if there's another way, I would like not to. But we...
Just to what? Get into a carriage, drive up to the castle and say, hey, don't slaughter entire town, slaughter this man instead.
I don't know. Maybe he's already around here somewhere.
Nyx looks to Rickton and says, have you been tracking him?
He has his ways of moving around in the valley. It's actually particularly hard to know where he is. But most of the time he doesn't stray too far from his point of rest. And find other ways of observing or talking to those that he wants. But considering how much Illyria is worth to him, I would not be surprised that he has planted something on her to make sure she can communicate with him.
Illyria grabs... just grabs the necklace that he gave her. probably head away a little bit for this. Unless you want to be there right away, he might just kill you.
I'm not sure if that enchantment on that necklace allows him to appear here. I think it is merely a method of communication. I would prefer if I was present for it, at least so I can know what deals you
Well,
make.
you can be there. I was more just kind of nods towards Rickton.
Take your time. Speak slowly, deliberately. Be sure with what you say and what you promise.
Oh, I've always been a great talker.
You'll do fine, Lyria. I believe in you. And touches her on the shoulder without like a tap, more like a holding onto her shoulder. You have it within you to say what you need to say, but please, the weight of your words, they have never been heavier.
I
Cast
know,
guidance.
but that means I have to try Nyx, and maybe I can give him something without having to leave you guys.
Like what? Tell me what's in your mind, please. I can't do anything if you don't tell me.
Maybe I can convince him to give me more time to figure out who I am.
What will you give him then? He is not going to say, sure, take all the time that you need. It's okay. Excuse
It
me
might
while
be
I don't kill everyone.
biased.
Sorry?
It might buy us time, and
But what will you trade? He's going to want something from you, Illyria.
well, last time I traded our safety on our travels, at least from him, for attending a masquerade.
So how do you weigh the lives of hundreds of people in a town?
I don't know, but we'll figure this out.
You'll figure it out. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I just say, Kelvin, can you talk to her? Because she's talking crazy.
You're talking crazy, Lyria! Was that good?
Good job.
I think it was good.
Elira is just gonna sort of like walk off a little ways and just try to see if there's like she's gonna hold like that like necklace that she has in her hands So how does this thing work?
I think he's watching you.
Illyria kind of looks at it as like, have you been watching all this time? I never thought I'd stand here like talking to a necklace.
For now, there's no reaction.
Look, if you ever want anything from me ever again, you better answer me right now.
You're standing at the mouth of this alleyway, watching people run and clamber and scatter before your eyes, and this cacophony of voices and boards being hammered into wood, people packing. And those sounds seems to slowly but surely fade. As your ears go completely silent. And then coming to you, like a caress of velvet, whispering in your ears, far too close for comfort, is that voice. That voice that haunts your dreams and nightmares. I am here, Lady Illyria.
Lady Illyria just sort of like startled, like sort of whips around.
I have always been here.
What?
Close to your heart.
You know as well as I do that the ordinary Valakians have, like, it's not their fault.
A slight has been done to my friends. Someone has to pay.
And
Do you know who did it? Tell me. Tell me who it is. And where I can find them.
we don't know yet, but you know as well as I do that it wasn't anyone here in Valak. No ordinary Valakian is capable of what happened.
Perhaps. My Vistani require punishment nonetheless, and I shall graciously give it to them.
Even Argyle saw reason.
Someone has done the unthinkable. In my lands, under my watch.
Would you rather not find the actual person responsible then?
The Valakians need to know their place anyway. They have denied.
Don't you think they are miserable enough?
Evidently not so.
They already lost their friends and family. And now Lady Wachter is in power. That's exactly what you wanted, isn't it?
She has my favor.
The people are already more than scared of you.
At
And it
any
wasn't
point
a
during
fault of theirs that they were ruled over by a madman.
injustice persists as long as good people stand aside and do nothing.
Call off this madness.
The Vistani will not be satisfied, and it will take a toll on our relationship, Lady Lyria. So what will you make it worth my while?
What do you want?
After the masquerade ball, I would like to bestow onto you the kiss of death and life.
When is the ball?
The preparations are soon in order. You will be sent an official invitation, of course, and adequate ways of traveling to my castle. It will be quick. But I want you to accept these terms with all your sanity and being, saying yes.
Would it make me one of your
It will make you
puppets?
stronger. It will make you withstand the tooth of time. It will give you perspective. It's a gift.
And I assume there's nothing else that would convince you.
I would also very much like to know who in my lands are capable of such a heinous act against my Vistani.
I would like to know that too. What if we were to find that person?
You have until nightfall.
Can I, if it doesn't work, can I still accept your other offer?
That, my dear, you can always do. And with that, the crowd around you comes back to your ears.
Illyria, can you hear me? Illyria! Illyria! Illyria!
What? I talk to him.
What?
If we find who did if we find who killed the Vistani, he'll call it off. Hopefully.
Oh, whew. But I mean, sure, we can take a few
We have
days.
until
We can.
nightfall.
What?
And Illyria kind of like tucks away the necklace, and she kind of like walks into the alleyway.
Richten stands there, looks at all of you. Been listening in on what's been happening, and he says, "Well, that's quite easy. I'm right here."
Do you kill them?
I did.
Why?
Because they bring in innocent people to be served up as cattle to that monster.
You're not just taking the blame for this, are you? I mean, we had our suspicions.
As he says that, like it hits Nyx like a concussion blow through his soul, and his soul mark will flare brilliant, bright red. His eyes will burn, and a crown of fire appears over his head. You killed them. Then, Richten, you slaughtered the Vistani on the hill. How dare you? And I will launch a meteor at him.
Alright, okay. Aspida.
Yep. Yes.
Hello, hope you're doing good.
Doing fine, doing fine. Meanwhile.
Oh god, Chad is freaking out too.
You have just finished packing with Gilly and Lottie. They have this poor, like, donkey creature that lives behind their shed. It's a really old one who basically most complain and like all the time at you when you're trying to push it forward. But you know, it helps to carry some of the load before you get to the horses, and you're walking down the road once again, like helping in the front of the donkey, and Gilly and Lottie like shoulder away all of these people. And your eye line happened to come across a particular alleyway.
Nah, fuck them right now. She going. She made up her mind.
And you can see Nick's eyes like shine this very dark red as he is facing Victorio. And you're like, nope, gotta keep on walking.
Yeah, she looks like she sees it and she says, Nick's got it. She's going.
Okay. Okay. Alright.
Look at him, hauling ass. Good for him.
Okay. Alright, you just continue down the road. You go into the church, and there's a huge panic there as well. Lucian is trying to keep everybody like under control. He has no way of noticing that you're there and that you're able to go to Felix's room and pick him up. He is way too busy with a huge crowd of people that is shouting his name, and you kind of slink in the back behind the crowd. find Felix and what was the other child's name? I'm so good at remembering these children.
Yeah. I forget. It was
What was
Felix.
the other one?
Oh no.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have Jessica and Felix. They're basically sitting around in the room talking to each other, looking a little bit nervous, but they kind of turned to you when you opened up the door. They stand up and Jessica going, "Are they in the news for the Lucian? Or should we remain in here? He told us to wait in here. Getting pretty boring."
Then you wanted excitement? Well, how do you feel like getting out of this town?
But for the Lucians, always is that's dangerous.
Come again?
Father Lucian says it's always dangerous. It's dangerous to go outside.
Of course it is. It's always dangerous outside. But right now, it's going to be even more dangerous inside.
Oh. Felix was a bit more calm about all of this, but there's fear in his eyes. Says, what do you want us to do?
I know a couple. They need some help. And they're going to leave this place. Leave and not look back. And you boys. I can only grab so much. So I choose you two.
Are they good people?
She nods her head. I wouldn't put anybody else in of your care than them.
Are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, what if something takes me over again and then
She puts, big claw on his shoulders and, goes down like a knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still over their heads, but feels better that way.
Yeah, still over their heads, yeah.
Does it give you a neck cramp?
You've had a terrible experience. I know that. That means you know what is good. Now, what is safe? What is dangerous? You can see those signs. You can be a second pair of eyes for danger. You take that experience and mold it into something powerful. And right now, only you have that capability because you've been through a lot.
There's deep breath coming from Felix. But then he just gives you this slightest of nods and just an even stare, signaling that he's willing to try.
Good. Now then, let's go.
Alright. And once again, sneaking out the back. God, the apprentice's illusion is just way too occupied right now to notice what's happening. But just kind of feeling, oh my god, just bring them behind the crowd and standing there in the front, going, "Everybody needs to calm down," you just walk out of the church with Jessica and Felix. In normal circumstances, this could be a little bit concerning that this was so easy, but you know.
Yeah, you know, when face made out of bats come upon the sky.
Yeah, it's not a normal circumstance anymore, indeed. And
yeah, that backdoor entry, very safe.
Travel towards the gates. There's a not that heavy of a guard presence here. You actually see like one guard who basically just takes off their cloak and runs home.
Where's the stables?
And you do meet some people who are like, hey, where are you going? What do you think you're doing? But with your infamous ass with a growl and a little bit of Gilly backing you up. Jesus Christ, you two. Two most intimidating people in town.
The big beef boy.
Yeah, the big beef boy. I mean, look at this man. Look at it.
So beefy.
You are able to, with quotation marks, acquire horses.
Pretty sure Asmodee committed several crimes today.
There's gonna be more crimes later. She's not concerned.
It's also because of your newfound position in the town. You being the servant of Lord Kelvin, who is good friends with Lady Illyria, who holds the deed to the new, to the Burgomaster house, basically nobles in town. That also carries a little bit of weight.
Third level.
But there's not enough horses for Jessica and Felix will have to share, but that's no problem for the horse because together they're basically equal and adult. And then Gilly and Lottie get their own horse. Now, you, it's one big lady. You take the biggest horse that you can find.
Yes, she does.
But poor horse.
Yes.
Still, very much poor horse.
The down poor horse.
Legs are super spread out.
It looks a little bit like a full-grown adult on a pony. Your legs are almost touching the ground, but it works. It works, at least for now. Might have to change horses.
Fair.
If the horse can't go on anymore, it's gonna become sausage. It's fine.
No, Dave.
It's a Dave 2.0. And also with a little bit of your status and intimidation thrown around, the gate opens for you. So what's the plan?
Okay, are there any ravens around, first and foremost? Can she see some ravens?
Looking around for a while? Yes, indeed, there's a raven sitting in a tree. You just have to get his attention.
She does a high-pitched whistle.
Alright, yeah, the face definitely turns to you going, huge open beak, big eyes.
Yes, she makes a gesture with a simple gesture for its pea brain to get over here. Just come. Get over here to her.
It jumps a little bit back and forth on the branch, looking at you, from different directions, figuring out, are you dangerous, are you okay? And then something seems to connect in its very small bird brain. And it flies over closer, not in arm's reach of you, but closer.
She kind of, simple convey an action, primeval awareness to convey to it a simple request to what's it? Did she ever get that silver pendant back from Nyx
Oh.
Silver pen.
with the symbol of Boreas? It used to be
Yeah, that.
Arenas. Did
Didn't
you
we
get that
send
back?
that to her brother?
Yeah, we gave that to a raven to send to her
Yes.
brother. Yeah.
But what you do have is a pendant with a iron dragon on it, with silver coating.
That's okay. Yes, that's the one I had. Yes, she's going to use that silver pendant. It's pretty light, right? It's a small pendant. And she is going to, write a hasty note, a tiny note,
Oh,
and
okay.
kind of shove it in the pendant.
Oh yeah, in between one of the like dragon wings, there's like a little opening. Yeah, sure. You can shove it in there. Yeah.
Yeah, shove it in there. Make sure it's all secured and whatnot. Informing that, to Nyx, she is going to get out of,
Dodge.
leave. Yeah, get out of Dodge, essentially. But she's going to come back. She just needs to secure passage.
Okay. All right.
She's getting out of Dodge.
Malaki is threatened, the Masada camp is destroyed, Illyria's talking to Strahd, Nyx is about to murder a man, and Aspida is like, yeah, time to leave.
Yeah, she sees the signs, and it's not even, and the stars aren't even out.
Right, how many signs do you need?
Exactly. Yeah, but she kind of tried to simply convey to the Raven, you know about the purple tiefling in town. Nod your head, shake your head.
There's a, once again, his black eye kind of looks at you from an odd angle, and then eventually there's a nod.
Take this to him.
Takes it carefully into its beak, kind of hops it around in there to make it comfortable, because, iron and beak doesn't really go together. And then, fluff, takes to the skies.
Remember when everybody was making fun of Illyria for talking to ravens?
And here we are.
And here we are. Now, once the Raven kind of disappears over the gates and past, the craziness in town, Aspida looks to the her small group that she has pulled together.
Yeah, you find this hulk of a man that is a tailor. His help, which is this small life Lottie, and then 2 kidnapped children.
All right. Believe it's time to go. I'll be following you just to make sure you're safe.
Lottie kind of turned her horse around, looks back at the Volaki a little bit with like sad eyes. But when Gilly starts to kick his horse into motion down the road, she sighs, looks away, and follows after. She then sees the 2 children and tries to shake herself up a little bit of what are you doing? Children here. And goes, oh, aren't you 2 lovelies? I'm Lottie and this is Gilly. Don't worry, he doesn't bite. But he might look like it.
It's like, oh shit, I'm a mom now.
Yeah, she just takes to it. And you can just hear Lottie chatting happily with Jessica and Felix. And Gilly sometimes giving these grunts as encouragement or discouragement when she gets a little bit out of hand. And together you ride into the thick mists of the Savoie woods. And then we go for a break. Yay!
Oh, what is going on?
Yay! What the fuck is happening right now?
I'm very proud of myself for all of the shouting I did.
I say
Yeah, it was great.
we give some inspiration for Julia for her shouting match.
Yeah, hell yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Inspiration to Julie, it was great.
I think Aspera deserves some too, though.
I think I still have mine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So let me see.
But
Yeah, I
that
still
was
have
great.
mine. Yeah. See.
I also really loved the bit with Nyx and Illyria.
Yeah. I mean, I had a comment in chat, Hester basically saying, "Am I watching a movie right now?" And that's like, that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
So you all should be proud. But hey, empty your bladders, do some stretches, get some snacks in your gullets.
I don't usually leave. I don't even have. Wait, no, I do have chocolate milk. I'll be right back.
Go and get
I'm
some
gonna make-
chocolate milk.
I'm gonna get my egg.
Go and get your egg. Cool. Very cool. Whew. Oh, it's been such a great session so far, guys. It feels like everyone is on their A game today. Feels real good, man. Hope you're also having a good time watching us doing silly things. I'm going to finish my last piece of my pizza.
I'm back and I have chocolate.
As you should.
I mean,
It was such a quick turnaround. Like, I wish there was a little bit more pause, but it was still funny nonetheless. When, Lyra came out of that sort of daze talking to Strahd and
Yeah.
like agreed to like, yeah, we can solve this, man. Yeah, okay, cool. We got a couple of days. I was just like, what? That was funny.
oh yeah, that was
Very
hilarious.
Sure, we could solve a murder in like half a day.
Well, we just solved it in a few seconds.
Oh yeah, sure. Now there's gonna be another one.
Mm.
We will see.
We will see.
Is it bad that just kind of eliminated all of my doubts I had about selling out Recton?
I mean, if you go to someone with a problem without a solution, you are just a hassle. But if you go to someone with a problem and a solution, well, then you're just a really good person. Just go to Strahd and say, well, found it, dealt with it, all's well in Vallaki. Maybe, I don't know. Depends on how you feel about Van Richten, because you have this like sort of relationship.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Illyria, like, we know there is some fucked up shit with the Vistani, but Illyria is still very much is like, Vistani are people, Peruvians are people, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Ah, and now you see Nyx with a crown of fire.
Yeah, that's also quite great.
Oh yeah, and you're like, I mean, she has seen, like, that slight, like, red, but, like, because I think she would pick up on the fact that, like, usually, like, all of your shit was gold, wasn't it?
Oh, yay! Someone's paying attention.
Woo!
We did it!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still need to talk to Bax about some stuff.
Change race? Question mark?
Vampire?
What?
Right? Question mark?
I really liked your comment in the Shan next, Adrian. Immediately after I said, after the masquerade, I want to give you like the kiss of death, and then immediately, oh no! It was so
Yeah.
fast! Oh.
I was expecting it.
Well,
I was
I
like,
mean, I don't think he's gonna become a vampire anytime soon
I
because,
don't
like,
know. I thought he would like, I don't know, woo her a little or something. Or you were talking about bad sausage. Give Strahd sausage.
what?
what the? What?
I don't know. Just something a little not so permanent. Damn.
It's like
Herpes or something.
vampirism is herpes now. What the actual fuck?
No, that's the like bad herpes. just like a
Vampirism
a
is
li-
bad herpes.
just like a
Is there
little
good
nibble on the
herpes?
neck. Yeah, that's good. The kind that's not so bad. Just like minor inconvenience herpes.
Well, I mean, her being a vampire poses some very big issues, like story and campaign-wise.
I mean, it depends. Yeah, exactly. Because you'd be sired by a vampire, so I don't know
Yeah.
if you like gain permanent charm towards him. So I don't know. You could have. It would be certainly an interesting thing. If we still had Krakus, he would be like, "I'll do it."
And then everybody's like, but you're not Tatiana. I can dye my hair. You know what, right? We did that in
My hair.
you know what? We did that in another game, right? Where we learned about the whole Tatiana thing, right? And no spoilers here, but let's just say we learned sort of like the rough bits of the story that the Tatiana, is really important to him.
Mhm.
So we dyed my bard's hair to like get his attention. And then our gnome fighter, whose name was Wimplebottom, was like, "No, I'll do it."
What the fuck?
I'll dye my hair.
So basically, we had like the gnome with red hair as well, and then we kind of like joked about making a contest, like Barovia's best top Tatiana.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how it goes here.
Yeah.
Have you got your egg? Era, you here with your egg?
No, still none. Silences in the chat. Hey yo, you got the good herpes or the bad kind?
Is there good herpes?
and Silent also said earlier, I miss when we were just talking to fucking birds.
What the hell's going on?
Remember that episode?
Yeah.
After you just entered Valaki, you were like walking around going, "Whoa, this place is kind of strict, but we need to find some ravens."
Yeah. Remember when everybody was making fun of Illyria for like thinking that the raven is trying to lead us somewhere and Nyx was munching on pies?
Yep. Remember when Nyx was an addict?
When has he stopped being an addict?
Oh yeah.
To be fair.
I'm pretty sure whatever you drank in that dream of yours was probably worse than the pies.
You don't drink in real life. It was dream juice, you know?
It was dream juice. Dream juice sounds like a drug.
Stay in school, kids. Don't drink dream juice.
I've returned with my egg.
Welcome back.
Or at least drink dream juice after school.
Sorry.
Did I miss something?
We have gone through a lot of... Yeah, we have been reminiscing about dream juice. And discussed if there's such a thing as good herpes and bad herpes.
Again, what did I just walk in on?
Madness.
Yeah.
Well, I know that.
Because you just don't drink dream juice before school, because then you won't learn anything in school. Be responsible. Drink your dream juice after school.
We're talking about what Nick's drag can do in the night.
Oh
Next
my-
one's
oh
like,
my
it's
God.
fine, it's dream juice.
Yeah.
Juice.
And the Julie said it sounds like a drug.
Because Nick is such an addict.
Yeah.
How's the egg? You got the egg?
You got the
I
egg?
do. I got 2.
Is it fried?
Woo!
Yeah, I
It's
just
cool
fried
now.
it.
Dream juice will teach me everything.
You
Okay,
fried it.
screw evening school. I'm gonna go get some drugs.
Yup,
Okay. Okay.
I brought eat that juice.
Any more of that dream juice?
Ooh.
Got any of that dream juice?
I
Oh,
don't
man.
actually have any battle map prepared that doesn't have certain conditions activated on it. So we're gonna do that in the theater of the mind, I guess.
Sure.
Which is as good.
If not better.
Well,
Oh, I have an alleyway map if you want it.
uh,
If you absolutely want one for stream.
No. We can do it with the power of our minds.
Okay, imagination, folks.
But don't have imagination.
What?
I will make it for you. Just my words.
Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Let's get back into it, huh?
I rolled a soul check just so you know what the roll was.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think we will go with this one for this, just to get some blood pumping. Oh yeah.
Do you have anything more demonic?
Ooh, you want that, huh? You want me to go like my Barovia shit?
I want you to go full on like operatic orchestra.
Oh, well, sure. Let's go. Takes a while for it to get into it, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so next your eyes burned red, and then you got this crown of fire for which you released this meteorite towards Richten. Wow.
Two of them.
Into them. Do I need to roll some kind
Dex
of
save.
saving throw? A dex
Dex
save.
save.
Yeah, it's gonna protect his life. No. Where do we have?
Two dex saves.
2 dex saves.
Well, one for each.
There are 2 of them. I see.
Yeah, the first one fails. Obviously, the second one is a success, but takes half.
Alright.
So first
damn.
one, 2d6 fire damage. For the first one, ooh,
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
Jeez.
And then the second one for half is 3. The first
Okay.
one like shoots surprisingly quickly out of the crown of fire, hitting him right in the middle of his chest.
Yeah.
The second one just as he stumbles back, just singes the side of his neck or something. And Nyx will bear down with slow walk towards Van Richten with burning red eyes. You ended their life just like that. This cannot stand. No.
Next. Illyria's just kind of like a little bit taken aback, sort of behind Nyx.
Rickton straightens himself out, kind of dusts himself off. There's actually no impact visible on his chest. With a steady gaze, Rickton reaches up to, with one hand, in the air far above his head. There he grabs onto something, and with a ludicrously simple flick of a wrist, a veil of illusion follows with it. Instead of this nondescript half-elven man with brownish hair, brownish eyes, there's an almost 2-meter tall, athletic Earth Genasi standing in front of you, looking like a one-man army. A breastplate covers his chest, now stinged with this impact of this fiery meteorite, for which is also half covered by this leather frock. Around his hips is a hand axe, a rapier, a short sword, throwing daggers across his chest in a leather harness. On his back is a strange and heavy-looking crossbow, and around his hips is several compartments attached to belts filled with Boreas knows what. And looking upon his face once more, there's angular features that meets you. Short and spiky white hair, several brown horns, thin and long eyes with a deep color of amber. Eyes that could probably stand down all monsters and depravity of this world. Are you really sure you want to do this? You know as much as I do what monstrous things the Venstani do for their prince. And he kind of goes down a little bit in his stance, going further down towards the earth, his hand hovering very close to one of the instruments that he has attached to his hips.
Oh, killed them all, though. You didn't care who. You just killed them. How can you do this? No, to my people.
Because they were born in a curse.
I whip another meteor at him, like, no!
Okay.
Bexxy.
Oh! He didn't see that coming. Hits him in the chest, stumbles back a little bit more.
This is not how we do things. We don't kill. We don't kill for our own. We don't kill for our own likes. We don't do this. This is not the way. You will pay.
Nyx, calm down.
Your people took my son and handed it to that monster. Where's the justice is that? I attempted to free those that had already captured at the camp, but I was too late. Do you know what has happened to them? They have been delivered to him to be bled. Sorry, you go.
Nyx falters a second, like hearing both his words and Illyria's. The crown burns over his head, and he looks up to it, and in his eyes, his tears turn bloody, and they begin to stream down his cheeks. These were who I loved, who I knew. This is against me. This is me. No. I can't.
Nix, what are you talking about? What is...
There's to kind of almost the words of Illyria deafened in the background. He looks and bears down closer to this Earth Genasi and says, "What right do you have to cast judgment on the innocent? They don't know what they're doing. They are slaves just as we are."
When I find a werewolf husband or wife who has mauled their own kin, who begs to me that they want to live, I grant them death. Because it's more merciful to be rid of a curse that forces you to hurt other innocent people. The Vistani are monsters in their own fucking right.
You don't know what it's like to live with a curse, though, do you? Maybe you should for these last few days you have alive. I curse you, Van Richten. I curse you with the words of the Vistani people for what you've done.
Okay.
And
What do you
the
want to curse
blood.
him with?
I curse him with vulnerability to fire damage. He has to make a presence saving throw, I'm guessing.
Indeed. Oh. Yeah, no.
And he will whip, it wouldn't be a meteor as much as it will be, like this, on the words, on the wind of what he says, the flames coalesce and travel wistfully around him like a noose, and like a hangman's noose, and it scorches around his neck. A Vistani pattern. You deserve to live.
His hands goes closer towards that handle as his eyes widen. Then you are lost too, I see. You have become a monster yourself. But if you have chosen to sacrifice me and all my sins to Strahd to make him stop all of this, and so be it. But he would want the pleasure of killing me himself. This I know. Please do not make me fight you.
Nyx walks, bears down on him, his eyes burning darker A brighter kind of, like deeper red, crimson. And says, "You're just lucky I am among friends." And the crown will disperse. His eyes continue burning red. This is your fate, Van Richten. Evil begets evil here. This is not how we do things here. This is not how I wish for Barovia to exist. You did not help. They did not deserve this. And so you will face your judgment. And I will let Strahd tear you limb from limb if that's what he wants. Just like you tore those apart on the hill.
Comes out of his crouch, stands tall again, regards you calmly. Then so be it. But know that those innocent people up there are perpetuating the monster that is Strahd von Sadovich. And they might not be explicit now, the younger ones, but they will be. They all will be.
We will.
They are making things just as bad. But someone has to draw the line somewhere. I choose to not do my very best to obliterate you here. I know how strong you are. I know what you can do. And I do not care for your flexing. You will be written in the history books as a coward, Van Richten. I will see to that. And he pats a little book on his hip. The name of Van Richten will not go down in history as someone who was strong.
I never did it for fame or glory. Monsters need killing. That's why I do it. And he...
I have seen them try. I don't know what sort of curse binds them to him, but I don't think they all deserve to die. Can I?
All of those innocent people lured into the mist deserve to die as well?
I don't think anybody should die.
Then Strahd needs to die first.
Yes.
Lynn,
Can I ask you something?
well, you hold my life in your hands. Do what you will with it.
You have hunted monsters for a long time.
Yes.
What exactly happens when a vampire turns somebody.
Want to become a vampire, Lydia?
I do not want to.
There are generally two stages of vampirism. One is that of the lesser, and one is that of the master. Being raised as a vampire after your death by imbibing the blood of a vampire master will allow your soul to carry on vehicling your body beyond death's doors. But since you are raised by the blood of a vampire master, you are also at their whim. Until they decide to give you willingly their blood once more, then you turn into one of them.
I see.
Usually, after only a few years, no matter how many good intentions they might have had, they become drunk with power. Pun intended.
What a time to joke.
He just stares once, straight at you. There's no change in his facial expressions, just this deadpan look.
Listen here, Benriken. Lady Illyria here. She was willing to give up her life just to save your miserable one. That means something to me. We here seek to end the perpetuating cycle of violence and cruelty, which you have so willingly contributed to. You have a choice to make here and now. Do you truly seek the end of Strahd? And if so, leave behind all that you keep on you. You won't be needing it where you're going, but Illyria might.
Yes,
Are you...
of course, it's quite natural that I give you all of my equipment if you do end up giving me to Strahd. That's a given.
Are you sure about this? I mean...
It's done,
You have-
Illyria.
Either I fight him to my death for the chance to see my son again, or you deliver me to him, and he will prance him in front of my eyes, and at least before I die, I will see his face.
I'm just thinking, one person here is a seasoned monster hunter, and then there's, me.
What are you saying, Lydia? You're saying that you wish to let this person who murdered all of the Vestani on the hill to live?
I don't think I should judge anything here anymore, but I don't agree with slaughter all of Vestani.
You can't straddle the line of indecision forever, Illyria. What is your choice? Is It's one or the other. It cannot be both.
She just kind of looks to Nyx for a moment and just kind of looks towards Rickton. I
He holds your gaze
promise
steadily.
you I will do everything in my power to save your son.
And so be it. Takes up a dagger from those mounted over his chest. Then very coldly just rips into his own in his own hand. Hands you the dagger. A blood promise it is then.
Illyria, without hesitation, does the same.
And then he holds out his hand so you can clasp it.
Illyria will take his hand. It's like, we will end this curse.
I hope you do. I really do. And he holds you very tightly for some time, leans into your face, and kind of says, I will hunt you as a ghost if you don't try your damnedest. To, either, as I said, get my son Erasmus out of there, or give him the mercy of death if he has become a monster.
I will. But I have my own standards of what makes a monster.
He looks at you, searches your eyes with his piercing amber. Searching if he is satisfied with your answer in your face. It gets quite uncomfortable.
Illyria just kind of like tries to look back with this like, she looks very determined.
Fine, it is done. And then he simply stands up straight again, finds himself a wooden crate in the alleyway, and then just coldly starts to take off everything that he has on him. Off goes that weird crossbow, that belt with who knows what in it, slams onto the crate with some weird glass and wood and metal clanking against each other. The hand axe to prepare, the short sword, his leather frock, a simple black woolen hat, a dagger in the boot, a dagger in the sleeve.
Like a pie.
A dagger in the other boot. Reaches into, like, underneath his boot, rips off a boot dagger.
At that point, we could have just kept the boot, just like
Dagger hidden in the heel.
Yeah. Takes off the breastplate. Lifts up his this white shirt where he has another dagger strapped to his chest. Yeah, it takes a while. You want to say anything to each other?
Illyria kind of looks quite sad and a little bit doubtful towards him. Kind of watches this unfold before turning to Nyx. What happened earlier?
It is not the time to talk about it, Illyria. Deal with what you have in front of you. We still have to get out of Alaki before chaos and ruin wrecks through this place. Just because Strahd may or may not be coming, hopefully not, that doesn't mean the fury and fear of people will not cause damage and harm. We are not safe here. And I fear for Asphodel by herself, even though she's very capable.
Sure.
So, what's the plan? Call up Daddy Strahd and tell him we found your guy.
Don't call him that.
They seem to be very keen to at least accept such a possibility.
I'm not accepting of such a possibility, but I'm aware it might be what would happen to me eventually.
We will talk about this once we are safe. I have many questions for you.
And I do for you.
Just like Asphodel, I am disappointed in you, Illyria. This is not the time.
Great. You too. But your change in demeanor and magic is perfectly fine, isn't it?
Not the time, Illyria.
At that point, Rickton turns around to you now, just basically dressed in black pants, a white shift. There's nothing arming him or weaponizing him against danger. Only this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the looks are a weapon on its own, but that's not the point.
Despite being a bit older, he's still very athletic. Can be seen underneath the shirt, well-defined muscles. He just continues to stare evenly. I'm ready.
Kelvin, get his stuff. I'll help. Illyria, I'll be at the entrance of the alleyway when you're done.
Illyria looks towards Rickton and is like, I'm sorry.
Scoop, 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 scoop.
Kelvin says, so Lord Kelvin has now been reduced to a simple page, huh?
I'm doing it too. Come on, we are a team here.
But you're the servant of Illyria, Nyx. I'm supposed to be the Lord. What will the townspeople say? And anyway,
it's like not in the mood whatsoever for the bullshit of Calvin.
yeah.
And just in a half closing, starts gathering the daggers and breastplate and crossbow and all that. It's like, are you helping or not?
Yes, of course. You don't have to be so grumpy. And then you can hear you two bickering as you go off from the alleyway.
like put like daggers in like his belt, but behind his back, and like
Ah, be careful! So close to the jewels!
Oh no!
Stop squirming. And in your teeth, he puts one in your teeth. Shut up.
You know, sometimes you have to admire the gnome.
Richter doesn't look amused at all. He just stands there just looking blandly at you.
Right. Let me just. And she somewhat like looks to Richter for the last time, and she kind of like gets out the necklace. Kind of like looks at it, has it in her hands, says, We found him, so call off this madness.
Once again, a world goes more and more quiet. Stills around you. It's almost like time slows down a bit. And then once again, a little bit out of nowhere, the voice comes to you. I am most satisfied. Contrary to people say about me, I do not wish to cause needless destruction and loss of life. They are my subjects after all. Thank you, Illyria, for bringing me out of an awkward position.
How was this awkward for you?
Bring him to the east, beyond the gates. And I will have someone pick him up.
Call off this madness first.
No.
How do I know you won't just do this anyway?
Because I am a man of my word.
You better.
It is not that I don't trust you, Illyria. I don't trust them. When he is safe under the watching eyes of my people, then I will declare Vallaki safe.
Who do you not trust?
That child after primordials beside you.
I'll bring him to the east.
And just beyond it. I wish still that you consider my proposal. After the dancing.
I might need some more time.
The event is a few days away.
I was hoping I could finish some of my plans that I still for.
I can wait some time, but not forever. Not anymore.
I understand.
Then, until next time, my sweet.
Oh god, I feel sick. Until next time.
You come back to the world around you, and Calvin and Nyx are still gone.
Is he still there?
Yeah,
Richter.
Richten is just staring at you.
Richter.
Concerned look on his face.
I'm back.
I
It's
can see that.
kind of how this works. We're heading to the eastern gate.
He nods to you.
Lyria, after kind of coming out of that, she does look quite unsettled, kind of like clutching her fists a little. She just kind of walks out towards the east gate, keeping an eye on Richten.
He walks beside you. Normally, you would have been a little bit concerned about, his looks. And, well, lucky. But now everybody is a little bit too, frazzled to take much of a notice. But there are some who, stop and stare and gawk. Some who run away, scared. Anything is scary right now. He eventually says to you, after some silence, you're trying to navigate streets. A poison flower might be beautiful, but it's still poisonous.
What do you mean?
Just to remember what you're dealing with.
I have no intentions on joining him or anything. It's more that, depending on what happens here, I may or may not be forced to. Not here right now, but
You must do what you must do, I suppose. But it's a cruel fate to be turned into a monster. forced to hurt those you once loved.
It is one that I will try my hardest to avoid. She kind of like looks towards the ground and then back towards Rickton.
Do that.
It was his other offer.
I am not surprised. You need to recognize that you dead and long, far, far away from his grip and gaze is better than you being another monster in his arsenal to wield.
Probably.
He then falls quiet, said his piece.
Adir kind of like mumbles just a little bit to herself after that. Just like, I will rid this land of this curse one way or another.
May Boreas find your strength worthy.
Even if nobody else does.
Only in hindsight can we judge.
What do you know about the Vistani?
They are somehow connected to the curse. How, I'm not sure. But they have always been the favored people of Strahd. And just by the nature of their being, I have come to realize that they have a weakness for him. Even Esmeralda has a hard time condemning him. Even if I tried. For almost a year now. To purge it out of her.
Nira just kind of nods.
As for more practically, there are not much food in this valley anymore. A lot of these Barovians have had their souls been feasted upon for centuries. And for some reason, Boreas does not replenish soul power in this region like he should. I don't understand why. But it causes Strahd to ask his dutiful little Vistani to bring him gourmet food from outside of the mist. There's no wonder why there are so many who have been leaving the shores of the island of Domakan. People go missing all the time. I thought that if I could not end Strahd myself, then perhaps he could be starved. But looking into the eyes of those Vistani, I faltered. And I wasn't strong enough to finish what I started.
Lyria just nods again. Isn't exactly sure what to say.
You walk in silence. Tense silence. Until you come to the gates. The guards kind of raise their weapons when they see Rickton, but with your authority, you're able to make them stand down. And after once or twice of ordering them to open the gates quickly for you and this person, they do so. You walk out of the gates, seeing the oppressive white mist dance over the open area of just beyond the gates. The tree line of the Swallish woods in the distance. You walk out a few meters with Rickton, both of you looking around. At first not seeing much. But then a misty tendril moves aside and you do a double take over this visage that you see, because at first you weren't truly sure that what you were looking at was truly alive. It seemed more like a tree trunk, or a statue, or a pillar of rock than anything else. Such was the stillness and frigidness of this thing. Approaching a little bit more carefully, closer to it, you realize that standing before you is a black suit of aggressive armor. Two hypnotizingly complex gauntlets of black steel stoically grasp a hilt of a massive slab of metal, its tip buried in the dirt. It could perhaps be described as a greatsword. And its head, there is none. No helmet. Nothing. Looking at it, doesn't feel like it's ever going to move. But then that slight flinching sound of metal scraping against metal can be heard as the thing shakes itself back into life. Mechanically, slowly, stomping towards you over the grass. Rickton turns to look at you. Keep your promise. That's all I ask.
I will.
Then Rickton, on his own volition, walks towards the creature. Stops before it. It stops before him. Then a heavy clasp of a gauntlet hand grasps onto his shoulder and then roughly tugs him towards the tree line. And then tendril after tendril of mist slowly but surely obscure them from your vision until they are completely gone.
Yeah, I really hope I can keep it. And Illyria will slowly walk back inside Valaki.
Alright. And as for that, you're on a horse.
Yes, she is.
How long
She on a horse.
How long do you plan to travel with Gilly, Lottie, and Jessica and Felix?
She's more concerned that out of nowhere, just like her little carriage ride to Valaki, they're gonna get attacked some way, somehow. So she is just going to make sure that wherever they go, she feels confident that it's pretty much safe. She'll ask Gilly, how long is it to wherever they're going?
Gilly says that. Here you go. He points over the lake. You have seen the edge of the lake, so. Time to reveal an area. Woo!
Woohoo!
Hey. Yeah. Boop. Let's reveal the lake. There we go. And then let me use a little freehand. Here we go. Huh. He describes that there is basically a fishing village over yonder. Little X. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oops.
X marks the spot.
Yeah, X marks the spot that they're planning to go to, which is basically a day of travel if you push it. Slightly more than a day of travel to get there.
Oh, gotcha. So it's not obscenely far.
No.
It's reasonable. She'll ask how the roads are typically.
He says that they're often not too great because whenever the fishing village kind of brings delivers to Balaki, they use their boats. But there are hunter trails that can lead them there. The horses shouldn't have too much of a problem. But why you're pushing a day to get there is because you have to slow down at certain parts through the very thick forest.
Gotcha. Okay. Asphodel will say that, in their next break, when they're halfway there, given that, there's enough hunters, like, places, and it's typical, it's mostly safe. She trusts Gilly. She'll trust Gilly's judgment on the man. He is a good hubby.
True. It's very true. He very much is.
Yeah.
You almost get the feeling like out there in the woods, you usually are very oppressive in the sense that you feel like there's something lurking in them or something terrible just around the forest bed. But this time it feels empty.
She's gonna pop a primeval awareness for both humanoids besides themselves and undead. On occasion, like along the way, making like little pings in her mind.
Oh, okay. Is this about perhaps like an hour after leaving about there? You do your first one or?
Yeah. After like an hour from leaving, she'll pop one out.
Yeah, no, there's well, you can sense humans too.
Yeah, in a 10-kilometer radius.
Damn. You do get a ping of a human somewhere in the woods. But no undead whatsoever. And whenever you have used this thing so far, there has always been a ping for an undead in some form. But now, nothing.
Okay. Wow. Look at that. We're going away from the crazy. This is good. How long would it take?
That's just gonna settle down there.
How long? So, to be 10 kilometers within the range of this fishing village, how long would it take? Would it be more than half day's travel to be within 10 kilometers of this village?
Yeah, you'd probably be looking at the last, 2 hours or so for the last 10 kilometers.
Okay. And every time she pings, between now and the halfway point, it's always been like either nothing or just a rando humanoid.
Yeah, a little bit more humanoids as you go.
Okay. This is good. Okay. I imagine along the ride, she would have to explain about the boys.
Yeah, Lottie kind of leans over a little bit and they are a very nice surprise. And I don't mean to pry. And if you don't want to talk about it right now, I see you're very focused, but who are they?
They're yours now.
Yeah, Aspida is going to say, Felix is the larger one, right? The older one?
Yeah. Felix is more like a young teen. He's about 11, 12, while Jessica is more like a 6. Around there.
Gotcha. They're orphanage boys that were from the church. Felix there, recently brought to the church after an unfortunate event with a cruel creature, but he survived.
Oh, no.
Thankfully.
That's horrible.
Very much so.
I donate. some money every month to the orphanage, but I never feel like it's enough.
Indeed, considering the woman who runs it, I can't quite agree with her methods. But he is doing better, it seems, since terribly afraid that incident could happen again. But he's sharper now. He'll grow to be a good man one day.
Okay, alright, I will take a little bit extra care. Cannot have been easy. And what about the younger one?
The younger one also, from what I can surmise, adopted by the church. I don't know the whole story of it.
Adopted by the church. Wait, is this Father Lucian's adopted son?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait.
I am surprised that Lucian would send him out. I mean, usually he likes to keep him close, if something happens. But then I've heard some rumors about the church, so maybe that makes sense.
Yes, you could say that I took it upon myself. Given, should anything befall on Valaki, I imagine he would at least want his adopted son in a place far away from impeding doom.
Wow, that's taking care of Father Lucian's. Okay. Gilly, you need to learn to smile a little bit more, honey.
I apologize for the sudden responsibilities, but I can imagine that if you're going to be away for a while, a long time even, you would need extra hands, an extra pair of eyes.
It's no bother for me. No, absolutely not. I love children. I mean, me and Gilly have certainly tried, but talking to Father Lucian, I learned that I can't.
I see. But
I've been thinking about adopting from the orphanage, many times, but it hasn't really felt like the right time. Still grieving a bit.
it's never a good time, isn't it? In hindsight, when can you ever tell it's a good time to settle down, have a kid?
It's probably so. But about you, Sir Asphodel? Do you have any dreams about starting a family?
Oh, to be honest, I've never thought about it. I've only ever thought about my little brother. Never thought about settling down. There's always so much work. And besides, I find it easier to take care of others. I can still move about freely instead of being stuck in one place.
I do see a little bit of Gilly in you. That's why I like you so much.
I'm glad that's so.
You better watch out. Got a challenger. I'm just jesting, of course. I'm just jesting.
Yes, I know.
And you continue having this nice casual conversation with Lottie. Sometimes Lottie goes over and talks with the children, and sometimes Gilly writes with you, which is more of a conversation in silence. It's more, you understand each other, kind of the same wavelength, but no basically the words are uttered. It's just this companionable silence with killing. All right, and you continue on traveling towards that fishing village.
Yeah. And, after she reaches the halfway point and they kind of give a break for their horses, and Asphodel does like one final good old ping of 10 kilometers. Yeah, what's going on with the final ping of 10 kilometers?
At this point, you're actually hunkering down for the night, since it was afternoon when you left Valaki. And this ping, once more, inwards towards the forest, I would say northwest. You got 2 human pings that is heading towards what seems to be closer to the lake, heading straight east or northeast.
Okay,
But
so
no undead.
Okay, no undead. Northeast. Okay. Actually, Asphodel is going to stand guard for the night with them. She'll part in the morning.
Okay, that makes sense. Don't want to get exhausted.
Yep. She'll part in the morning.
You spend this pretty tense camp scene. You and Gilly taking turns watching out. Won't get too much sleep, but get the sleep necessary to not get exhausted as long as you rest in the future. But mists are there, oppressive as they usually are. Sounds of evening birds crouching in the night. But otherwise it's very, very calm. Okay.
All right. This is good sign. Good sign.
You're like, woo, everything is nice. And back in Malak is like, ah!
Woo! Like, this is what Asphodel needed. A fucking breath of sanity.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense right now.
Alright. Alright, speaking of Malaki.
Meanwhile,
In Velocity, did they ever get the pendant of the raven?
Yes, I'm coming to exactly that right now. Nyx and Calvin, as you stop by the, I'm pretty sure that you're heading towards the stockyard to just put everything inside of the wagon.
Yeah, well, we're going to we're basically leaving, whichever way it turns out, and we can't carry this stuff for too far because Kelvin's little and Nyx is a weakling. So we'll go to where we have our carriage. I don't know if Lady Vakta has given us an upgrade yet. I don't know. But
so far you haven't heard anything. But then
so
again,
presumably would have had time at some point maybe to grab the current, like the carriage that took us here and take it to, or maybe we send someone to bring our carriage back to our house. I don't know.
then you could have done. No problem. The car can be parked by the Burgomaster's mansion instead of by the Blue Water Inn.
I imagine that would have been done as a courtesy, as
True.
if
Then
we're
again, Erwin
living
could
there.
have definitely arranged that. So, are you heading to your cart there, or to Richten's cart in the?
Oh right, yeah, Rigdon's cart. He did say grab everything.
It's not as
I think...
large as yours is, but it's definitely more sturdy.
Yeah. We'll go to Van Richten's. And like we already opened the lock, so we kind of know how to open it. But I mean,
yeah, it's kind of destroyed.
We have to get like horses and stuff to like
You have
lash
to
up
move it
to.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you head there anyway to like surmise the situation and you just put everything in the back so your hands are free.
Yeah.
And as you were in there in the stockyard, just putting it down, sighing a breath of release, and like, oh my god, how much could this man carry? Indeed, a little raven jumps up on the, lands on the cart itself, with a necklace in his mouth, shimmering a little bit in silver, and something sticking out of the necklace. And it's like jumping up and down, and then Kelvin immediately like, oh no more ravens.
Well, even the ravens are looting already, so I don't know, maybe, look, he's got something shiny. Maybe he knows where some treasure is.
I kind of want to steal from the raven.
You want to kill the raven?
Illyria isn't here to set me on fire if I do.
It's very tempting, but Danica is also a woman folk that is very scary.
Oh, I take a look at the raven. Is it blue feathered?
No, it's not blue feathered. But as you take a look at the raven, what's sticking out of the necklace seems to be like a piece of paper, and the necklace.
Do I recognize that the necklace looks like Asphodus because we've seen it before?
Oh yeah, then yeah, it dawns upon you. Wait, yeah, that's Asphodus' necklace.
Asphodus lost her necklace. Wait, this bird stole her necklace.
Yeah, I more believe that the bird stole the letter because they're assholes.
I think we need to have a talk about you and birds and why you consider them to be assholes. I mean, birds are birds, right?
You have not seen what I've seen. And it kind of stares into the distance.
Well, listen, I mean, maybe this bird has something to say. I know you don't like talking to birds, but maybe it's the time to, I don't know, see if there's something to say.
The necklace clatters onto the top of the wagon, and then the bird kind of do a wah! Angry at you, and then flies away.
Oh, I guess not a big talker. Nick's like kind of clambers up to like try and grab it.
It's a little bit awkward, but like, you know, eventually you get up there, grab
I
the necklace.
boost Calvin.
Careful of the bird.
Do you think Asphodus okay? I mean, I've never seen her without her necklace. Why does the bird have it? And is there something in it?
The necklace?
Yeah, there's something sticking out.
Oh, yeah. Looks like trash.
Trash?
I
Trash?
mean, I don't know. You touch it. I don't want to touch it.
Why don't you want to touch it? Come on, touch it, just a little.
No. I am
Little
suspicious.
touch.
I still
Okay.
believe that Asphodel is a secret undead.
Oh, you think because the town was being overrun by undead that she was one of them all along?
And now she leaves. Isn't it suspicious?
You have never seen Asphodel and undead in the same room at the same time, have you?
Not that I have.
Nix looks at the necklace with like a small grin on his face.
Okay, alright. Do you take it?
Yeah. It's like I look at the trash.
Alright. What was written on it again, Asphodel? Next.
It kind of briefly states that she is taking ensuring safe passage for Gilly, Lottie, Felix,
Jessica.
and Jessica.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Safe passage out of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Kelvin. I'm never going to believe this.
What?
This is such horrible news.
What?
Asphodel has...
Isn't it dead? Really?
She's kidnapped some children.
Wait, wouldn't a dead do right? Just that?
With an undead kidnapped children?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know that
she's
much
a
about undead.
witch.
An undead witch? Why not both?
Oh, even worse. What am I gonna do?
Kelvin, come on. Seriously?
No, seriously, Asphodite is a dragabot. I know this, things. Don't you have one bone of humor in your body? Do you miss your humorous bone?
I know. I think I got it somewhere.
It
Pats his
must be
pockets.
tiny as your other bone.
Oh. Excuse me? Look, Asphoda has said that she is going to be taking some children away to be safe to... Did you put it in the actual location?
Did she?
No.
I mean, does Asphoda know where she's going?
In Asphoda's mind, there is a liability with the note on anybody can get this note.
Oh, I see.
So she didn't reveal which
That's
direction.
fair.
So did she reveal like she would have like a secondary plan, or she's just out? You know, this
But she'll come back once she ensures her safety.
Oh, okay.
And she'll come back.
Okay, good. Here it says, once she is done kidnapping, she will return for more.
He looks down, or looks up to the message in your hands, thinks to himself, taps his foot into the ground a bit. Do you think this is going to come back and bite us in the ass?
As for this going to come back and bite us in the ass?
No, well that too, but the fact of the kidnapped children.
I mean, in all the panic and chaos, children go missing? I guess she was trying to be...
Nah,
Smart?
this is us what I was talking about. I'm sure it will be fine.
She seemed pretty angry. I don't know if this was like, screw Illyria, I'm going to kidnap children.
To be completely honest with you, if I had a son or a daughter and Asphoda showed up on my doorstep and said, I am taking your child, I would have given them my child.
Really? What if it was, I'm taking your mushrooms? How about then?
Oh, then we have a war.
Good to know where your morals stand regarding children. I myself am not too fond of eating them, but
Did I tell you of the story of when my mother almost sold me to a witch?
Wasn't it a hag? I forget.
Well, they're kind of both.
You haven't seen them
witches'
both in the
heads.
same room. Look here, Calvin. Okay, Calvin.
Okay.
Calm down. Like there's chaos around us now.
I'm
Look,
always calm. I'm
Look,
the
we
calm
have
one
this-
of us two.
I'll give you that. Fair enough, But we seem to be getting into a lot of these situations where life and death and panic and chaos and bloodshed and children getting kidnapped all the time. So maybe we're getting a little bit, confident about it. So here we are. We have a new, secure kind of carriage. We have to get it out. But Astrid is coming here. So it's a question: do we just like lock the door and wait for this to all blow over? Hopefully, Illyria has made a smart decision. But who knows these days?
Who knows? Well, might just be good to just go outside of the walls with our cards and then, I don't know, stare at Malaki from afar?
But then how will Asphoda find us? We could leave a note
There's
at the house.
3 gates. There's 3 of us. but splitting the party.
Well, she's going to come back, and she'll either look at the places that we generally hang out, or she'll go to the house, or something like that. So if we leave a note for her that we have procured the cart that we broke into, and that we are... What, do you want to actually take it outside of Lucky? I mean, who knows how long until things start catching on fire here?
Yes. And I have a feeling that it might take out some of the iron, the little guy, you know? Or the purple guy.
True. This isn't our first chaos, you know, so let's, we know what to do. In the chaos, things go missing.
We always find the back door, eh?
I tend to, yes.
Well,
But horses run around. Maybe we can try and snag some from these worthless gods. Who knows what's actually happening here?
that's the plan. Also, Nix,
Hmm?
I have a new running theory of what's happening in our little group of travelers.
You do?
You're cursed! You're absolutely cursed!
I'm cursed.
Yes, you are very cursed.
What am I cursed with?
Everything. And then
Oh.
he goes off and rants about another one of his theories.
And Nick's kind of like watches like as he goes away with his conspiracy theories. I'm like, yeah, Nick's actually like half thinks to himself. It's like sometimes idiots can be right.
Sometimes they do guess right.
Sometimes a broken clock is even right twice a day.
Yeah.
Now we just need to find the other thing Calvin was right about.
Alright. And
So we go and try and like grab some horses in the chaos and like lash them up, and we're gonna like make our way east out of, because we're like all the way down the bottom right, right?
yeah, you're down here.
Down here, yeah, exactly. So and like the guard houses were like over here or something, right?
Yeah, they're
That
close
had
to
the
gates.
stables. Yeah. Okay. So as everyone's panicking, we try and do what we do best and capitalize on it.
Uh-huh.
And not our first chaos. And lash them up, and we will make our way to the east gate.
Mm-hmm. And as Illyria, you walk into the gates, and Nyx and Calvin are on their way towards the gates. There's screeches in the air. A cloud of a moving mass of something black is approaching on the horizon once more. No comment. It's just like, yeah, okay.
Illyria is just watching this cloud approach.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, somewhat like, just kind of, just following it and like, waiting.
Yeah. Flies over your heads to be centered upon in the middle of a lucky once more. Some people get even more panicked and start moving around even more, trying to like escape from it, thinking that it's already time.
Like, when she saw it approach, kind of like made her way towards the center where it was last time, kind of assuming it would be there again.
Mm-hmm.
If she runs into Kelvin or Nyx, she's
You kind of see them in the distance, but you're not close enough. You don't have the time to get to the middle of the square, but you kind of see from afar. Once again, this face plunges through the cloud and looks down upon Valaki, a booming, echoing voice going over the town. The guilty has been found. Valaki is once more safe and under my grace. And the one you have to thank for all of this, for your lives, Valakians, is no other than Lady Illyria
Don't drop my
Fenimore.
name. Don't drop my name. Don't drop my name, dude. Don't drop my name.
Too late. Too late.
Illyria is just freaking out, like, internally. It's like, don't. No, please don't. Don't.
Celebrate your savior. And then the cloud disperses and disappears once more. Everyone kind of like stares at you, Illyria, who's like standing there in the middle of the street. Once again, there's just a stunned silence as all of these Barovians' eyes are plastered onto you. And then we're going to end today's episode of Charismatic Mystery.
Oh, God! That was intense!
Oh man.